morning. I wonder, for most of us, what immediately comes to mind when I say the word family. Many of us have been spending a good deal of time over this last year in close quarters with immediate family. And I know that some have found this a great unexpected blessing, a time when life's been an awful lot simpler, free of so many of the demands of the outside world. It's also, I know too, been a really quite exhausting time for many young parents, trying really hard to balance the time between doing full-time jobs at home and playing the role of untrained school teachers and being parents. Many of us have also missed the opportunity to see relatives, and this was especially poignant, of course, at Christmas. I've struggled with not being able to see my parents, and also with not being able to see one or two close friends who I also tend to think of as my family. Equally, I was talking recently to a friend of mine who is a married mother with two teenage daughters. She was reflecting that in the last 10 months, there had only been 2 days when she'd been able to spend a little bit of time on her own. Now, my friend loves her husband and loves both of her daughters very, very dearly. But now and again, she wouldn't mind just the chance of a little bit of solitude. Last September, I was fortunate to have a few days holiday in Bath, and I was able to visit the National Arboretum at Westonbirt. And I must say it's very interesting to learn the way in which trees are quite dependent upon each other in order to grow well. In particular, it's of vital importance to get the space between the trees right. They have to be close enough to be able to provide shelter and protection for each other. Yet they mustn't be so close that they're going to stifle each other. They need to be planted just far enough apart to ensure that there's room for each tree to grow to its full potential. It's not good for trees to be alone, but it's not good for us to be alone either. For our wholeness, and I think especially something that we've learned over this last year is that for our mental health, we all need ties of love. We need ties of friendship with other human beings. God didn't make us for isolation. God made us for community. You could almost say that we're not entirely complete when we're on our own. We need other people in order to become the sons and daughters, the men and women that God intended all of us to be. So maybe trees planted in the form of a little grove, maybe that's quite a good image of family. Because in the ideal family, there is both closeness and space. The closeness means that members are able to support each other, but the space ensures that they don't stifle each other. Each member has the closeness and the intimacy and the warmth that he or she needs, and yet also has the space to grow to his or her full potential. And isn't that the great challenge that we all face? How to achieve closeness without stifling, without dominating each other. So I think whether it is that immediate family that might be our household, or whether it's the broader group of people to whom we're related, or whether indeed it is that really diverse and rich and wonderful community of souls that is the church family, there we have our place. There we have our bonds. There we have our roots. And there we have our true identity. We're going to end with a hymn that's all about being called to be in relationship and be in community with one another. Will you come and follow me?
Such as this unseen, and admit to what I need.